Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Cartoon Kilowatt with T.Whales.
T.Whales is here.
T.Whales. Stray.
I'm here?
No, not anymore.
You either know you're here or you don't know you're here. Which one is it?
You know what? I'm going to drown you in T.Whales' fishbowl.
We haven't cleaned it in a while.
I'm
going to baptize you.
well, the breed of my cat is Schrodinger.
And, McFisticuffs, our brand new guest host.
Hey everybody, it's been a while since I was able to join these guys.
So, a little bit into the origins of McFisticuffs. Now, I don't know, you can probably hear it, but I was making magic hands there. Just want you to know. So when you put that in your imagination. McFisticuffs was supposed to have joined us from the very beginning, but life got in the way. So he's been knocked down to guest host status, but we still enjoy him being here because he has a lot of perspective, especially since he's an artist. He can bring some of that artistic knowledge into these super crappy cartoons that we watch. Oh my gosh. I wish you were there for C-Lab. The art is just, Now, you know how we do. We like to start the show with a little promotion, a little something extra. This time, McFisticuffs is going to give you the lowdown. So, take it away from here, McFisticuffs.
Alright, cool. I was given the option to either promote something that I like or promote something that I hate. Normally I'm a hater, but I'm going to talk about something I really enjoyed. And that would have to be the new Peanuts movie. I actually saw this movie 2 times because I love it that much.
I really thought you were going to say the new Penis movie.
No.
After that last conversation,
yeah,
perfectly in.
Alright, I should say Charlie Brown and the Peanuts. Alright, maybe. But the movie's really good. When I heard about the backstory, how this movie was made, I got pretty invested. But I heard Fox originally wanted to add rapping and musical numbers for Snoopy and have all this new technology in the movie, and the writer and the director for the movie was related to Charles Schultz, and it was like, no, fuck you, give us full creative control or we're not going to make this movie. So the movie was made. It still used a lot of the classical music. The score was good. The actual child actors that have in the movie were really good. The best part is you won't see none of the kids with a cell phone or a tablet, nothing like that. They still use typewriters and they fly kites. It's good writing, and you will fall in love with Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown is a kid with the worst luck ever, but it never stops him from being a good person. And you will leave this movie feeling better about yourself, that no matter what you do, never give up. Tomorrow's always a different day, so that's my promoted movie. Check it out. Real good movie.
So you're telling us that Fox wanted to hire Snoop Dogg to play Snoopy?
I actually would have been down with that.
1, 2, 3 to the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Charlie Brown.
You said these were child actors, so did they sound similar to the original material?
Yes, especially Charlie Brown. It was really, really good. The pacing was good. The stories were good. And the best part is, you remember in the original shorts, sometimes they'll have Snoopy fighting against the Red Baron, who was in this red plane. Mm-hmm. In the original animation, you would never see the bottom of Snoopy's house, his doghouse, while he's flying. And the movie does the exact same thing. You would never see the full doghouse in the air going after this fighter jet or this plane. They keep it just where you can see him on the doghouse. It's really good. And my favorite part is when he's shushing people at really awkward moments. He ended up in this black. He ended up in Franklin's bathwater. I'm not going to tell you why he was there. He just gets out and it's like shh, and just walks out the room. And then I'm laughing my ass off. Every adult is laughing their ass off in the theater, and some of the adults were even crying at the end of the movie. Really good movie. Don't watch The Good Dinosaur. Fuck that movie. Watch the.
Really? That was a bad movie?
Remember that he started saying, "I'm not gonna hate." Did he end it with some hate?
It's McFisticuffs. It's expected.
I'm a born hater. That's what I do.
Taylor Swift would just shake you off.
Mm-hmm.
Why, Stray?
Yeah.
Why? Were you a
Hater.
fan of Charlie Brown, like the old cartoons?
Who, me?
Yes.
Yes. I actually have a few of the specials on DVD and Blu-ray.
Huh.
They don't add CGI unlike certain other special editions.
Let's see here. Some of my favorites include, Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown. Also love You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, The Great Pumpkin. And I think there's another one where Snoopy learns how to, like, magic and how to be a magician. It's like this really trippy one. That was really...
It's Peanuts' version of Fantasia?
Kind of-ish, but I haven't seen that one in a long time. So don't quote me the story. But I recently watched Your Good Man, Charlie Brown again. I really like that one. And It's Your First Kiss, Charlie Brown. That was a good special. A little annoying as shit, but pretty good.
Yeah, most of these I've only seen when they used to air them on Cartoon Network.
They usually air them during holiday time here.
Mm-hmm.
And I do kind of wish, they would air them more than they have, because, they haven't aired Charlie Brown in a long time, except maybe on one of those cable networks during the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it is pretty insightful. I mean, for me, I never really thought about it that much, but, in retrospect, it's a very insightful series.
Kind of like Calvin and Hobbes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I never read Calvin and Hobbes.
Really?
Did that have a show?
No, I mean...
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Like the comics.
I watched For Better or For Worse. That had a short-lived show. I don't know if that was just a show or special, but...
That was a show. That was definitely a show, because one of the children's networks here had it.
Like, what I find amazing is, like, these comic strips, right?
Mm-hmm.
They come out with shows. I would like the shows. I'd go back and read the comic strips and hate the comic strips.
Do you hate Dilbert, then?
I didn't really care for Dilbert the show either, though.
I
Baby Blues. I liked Baby Blues a lot. Didn't like the comic that much. Didn't like For Better or For Worse in comic form. Charlie Brown was just okay to me. So...
I'm assuming you guys haven't seen the Charlie Brown movie, the Peanuts.
No,
No.
I have not yet.
You gotta
these days, all I see in theaters are superhero movies.
Yeah.
And with 5 of them coming out every year, well, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if you ever feel like you just want to watch something that actually makes you feel young again, watch the Peanuts. It's going to remind you why it was so much fun being a kid. It really is going to remind you a lot of that. And for everybody who's watching the Hunger Games this weekend, don't watch it. Avoid it. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's Hunger Games.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Avoid that.
Watch a movie they split into 2 parts for no reason.
Well, they've been doing that with all these novel franchises lately.
Because of Harry Potter. Harry Potter did it first, and everyone's like, we gotta do this too.
But that's because Harry Potter could have. Because that last book was really thick.
Though I felt like part 1 was an incredibly long hand job. Like 2-hour long hand job. And then part 2 is just you coming all over the place. That's exactly how I feel about that movie. Part 2, I watched it in theaters. Just the entire movie. Just busting a nut. Just everybody's coming in the theater.
So, if you want to watch something that makes you, that reminds you of your childhood, watch the Peanuts movie. But if you want to watch something that makes you want to hate your childhood, watch Yo Yogi.
Oh, we were supposed to snap before we introduce things.
Yeah, well, I couldn't pass up that segue.
Okay.
You know, that segue was just too good. And the interesting thing about Yo Yogi is that, you know, I'm a 90s kid. Stray's close enough to a 90s kid. You know,
I was
McFisticuffs.
born still in the early 90s, technically.
Yeah. T.Whales and McFisticuffs are both 90 kids. So, this is just bad for us. But it's bad for older people, too, that grew up with these characters. It's bad for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody over 20, this is bad for you.
I'm glad this only got one season.
And
There's
13
no way this
episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another season. So during there was a time where everything went under 90s vacation.
Basically,
you just-
adding X's everywhere, replacing S's with Z's.
And
Making it
Do you-
more hip and fresh for the young kids.
And more
Exactly.
radical.
very few franchises were safe. There was Goof Troop, which turned out good. Like some of these actually turned out all right.
DuckTales
Quack
was
Pack,
completely. Oh yeah, there we go.
Quack
a pup named Scooby Doo,
Oh.
Sonic Underground.
Gotta find their mom.
Here, the Mighty Ducks,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and my favorite, Two's Unleashed.
That came out
Oh,
late.
Is that in
no.
the 2000s?
Oh, I forgot about
But
that.
That was, I still count that part as the Attitude Era.
Yeah, but
That's
That
the
was
pinnacle.
Oh, you mean Lunatics Unleashed?
Yeah.
I had to look it up.
that
Yeah,
was
Lunatics
in-
Unleashed.
like the 2000s, okay?
Yeah, that was like 2005.
Yeah, that was mid 2000s. That's too late for this.
But that was also the problem with that series. It was too late. It was like 10
Yeah.
years too late.
It came
It
out
was
too
more-
late for its audience.
It was honestly more animification because during that era we slowly were getting more
It was-
anime-based shows.
I think the Lunatics is from a later thing. Yo-Yogi is from the make it hip and fresh for the young kids. Lunatics is gritty reboot.
Oh, Gritty Reboot.
Oh.
It's Gritty Reboot plus the adding more anime elements to all our cartoons nowadays.
That's what I said, gritty reboot.
No. Gritty Reboot, I think of things like Spawn.
Batman.
When that came out, that wasn't a reboot though.
I know.
Like that was the first series.
Like stuff like Cable, Days of Future.
A man named Flintstone.
Yeah, no, that was also 90s, 80s, something like that. You know,
Oh, wait. Are we counting the baby era in the 90s?
all the
Mayor-
Muppet Babies.
Flintstones babies? Tom
Um,
and Jerry babies? Or Tom and Jerry kids? excuse me.
Essentially, the 90s was a time in which you took older shows from like 60s, 70s,
And
only
made them young.
and then
60s,
put
70s, and
templates on them.
made them young. Yeah, templates like teenage version or little kid version, something like that to appeal to those older shows to newer kids.
Yeah, honestly, now that I think about it, it's kind of like making a D&D character and just adding one of those templates on top.
Stray, you're going full nerd.
We're talking about cartoons here. It's fun.
Stray, you're going.
The
It's
90s
fun.
was a dark time, guys.
People
I used to-
still hold it up as a great era.
Yeah,
It was a great era. Like
sort
the 80s and 90s, like together, that was the 1-2 punch. But like every era has its flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we're examining one of the biggest flaws today.
Who wants to
And
start
I wonder if this came out before or after A Pup Named Scooby Doo. Because I'm watching this, a lot of it does remind me of A Pup Named Scooby Doo, except everything is done worse. Way, way worse.
I'm just trying to remember.
A Pup Named Scooby Doo actually came out before it.
Yeah, I thought so. This
Whoa.
felt like a copycat of that, trying to like to recreate that success and
Yeah.
failing on every possible level.
Yeah, it
I
came out
really like
after.
that theme song though.
But Yo Yogi?
No.
Oh.
Yo, that theme
No,
song
Yo
sucks
Yogi has
ass.
a terrible theme song. I don't even remember what it is. I just have to look at my notes. It says first day first. It's in all caps. First. The opening song is terrible.
Yo,
For
yo,
me, I have in my
Yo
notes.
Yogi.
Oh gosh,
This
that is it.
Yes.
I heard the theme song, and when I heard the DJ scratches in the song, I damn near fell out my chair. I was like, "Oh shit, they got DJ scratches in it."
McFisticuffs, I imagined you looking like a cartoon falling out of your chair and picking yourself up.
You guys will be amazed how animated I can be watching something shitty. I have so many notes. Can I start off episode 1, guys?
Well, since we started on the theme song, let's finish the theme song off and then you can start.
Okay.
Okay. So during the theme song, I just noticed something to me. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but sometimes Yogi doesn't look like Yogi to me. Is that just a me thing?
I skipped it very, very quickly
Hey,
after hearing it
It
first time.
might have been just them like being cheap with the opening animation introduction thing.
You want to sell people with your opening animation.
They do. That's
Like,
why
yeah.
they have the theme song.
And this is one of the reasons I like that we did Johnny Quest first. Like, take what you will about Johnny Quest. They do a lot of things right. And their opening is just bombastic.
Mhm.
Let's throw lasers in there. Let's throw pterodactyls in there. Let's throw robots in there. You know, it grabs your attention.
And a mummy.
Let's just throw a mummy in there. They throw everything in that opening. This just like, here's a yellow background, some stills from a scene, and some DJ scratches. Yu-Gi-Oh! Here you go.
Yo.
Did anybody else besides me think the music for that show sounds like it's from a 4Kids soundtrack?
Yes.
Like, they never let the music shut the hell up. There's always some type of music playing in the background.
Oh, because you can't have. They don't want dead air.
Yeah, they don't want actual voice acting to carry a scene.
Nope.
I personally don't remember anything from 4Kids music except for Pokemon themes, which I think they did a pretty decent job of in the beginning.
Wait. You don't remember Sonic X?
I don't.
I think he chooses not to remember.
Straight, I have a pen in my hand. I just want to stab you with this pen right now. All right.
McFisticuffs, you said you wanted to start us off, so let's go.
All right, episode 1. The tale of the magical magnets that doesn't follow science at all.
No. Oh,
hey,
I should mention. This is going to continue. This episode is actually called Yo Yogi.
Wait, can I just mention something?
Yo Yogi. And gravity, how does that work?
I just want to mention the use of how they use Yo Yogi. They don't use it like yo. It's not like hi. It's not like an attention grabber. They just use it.
Yeah.
Yo Yogi.
It's weird. There's
also,
no point to adding it on there at all.
And also, I'm smarter than the average bear. How many times did we have to hear that phrase or a variation of that phrase during this episode?
I counted.
Really?
Let's see here. Out of the 3 episodes we had to watch, they said the phrase, let's see here, 8 times.
Only 8 times?
At least that's according to my count. I might have missed 1 or 2.
Honestly, it feels way too forced.
It is. It's the tagline of the show. You're smarter than your average bear.
I thought the tagline was Yo Yogi.
We have 2 taglines. We can do that nowadays. It's the 90s.
Can you edit in the song from Insane Clown Posse where they said the lyric magnets, how do they work? Because I'm trying to figure out how the fuck magnets work in this episode. They stick it to people's clothes and shit. Alright, so
honestly, how did he get
Okay, look.
those magnets there?
You guys are confusing people. Let's
All
start from
right.
the beginning.
Okay, let's start from the
Okay.
top.
So Yogi's hungry as shit. He's
Always.
and
And
he's like, "Oh shit, there's a mall opening with free samples. I'm gonna ride on that shit."
because
So
this mall is apparently Costco.
Now, the mall is being opened by Doggy Daddy.
and for the longest time, I had no clue what his name was.
Really, it's pretty simple. He's a dog and he's a dad.
Well, we just thought that was kind of endearment, and rather than his real name.
Yeah, like I've watched him on TV for 20 plus years, and I have never learned his name until you just said it.
I only learned his name from a Family Guy episode.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
Wow.
Like,
I'm
his
sorry.
dad named him Doggy Daddy, and he decided, okay, I have one mission in life, and that's to be a dad and a dog, and that's it.
Well,
That's
his
all I'm
son,
doing.
but his son
I'm
is called
obviously,
Augie Doggy.
I'm obviously not going to be a husband, because who knows what happened to his wife. I think his son is a clone.
Maybe. What is this? Jango Fett?
That's exactly what this is.
That son sucks his dad's dick way too much.
That's all he does.
He's complimenting the shit out of him. You so smart, Dad. Kind of reminds me.
Tom and Jerry?
Yeah. Well, no wait. I was thinking more of. No wait, that's a terrible comparison. There's a character that just sucked somebody's dick the entire show. Oh, that movie Beauty and the Beast, Gaston and that little short motherfucker.
Oh,
Man, you know that whole Gaston song was one of my
yeah,
favorite songs.
he's the best.
So they get to the mall, and there's this mysterious, invisible bandit that steals people's shit. And I love how all the characters are dressed like they're from the Jetsons. Like they try to make it look edgy, hip, and new, but it looks more futuristic. It's like the '90s threw up on the '80s, and the '80s threw that back up on the '90s.
Well, this did come out in like '91.
Oh, it was right.
Ah.
It's like right there. That Saved by the Bell era. Where they couldn't tell what they wanted to be. '90s or '80s.
It's like when you go to McDonald's at 10:30 and they're selling lunch now, but you can still get breakfast items. It's like the last time you can get breakfast items, and you just combine the two. That's what this is.
I thought
But-
McDonald's is doing all day breakfast nowadays.
Well, they are now, but back then you had to have a Mac 1035, which you can
Yes.
only get at 1035.
Yeah.
A Mc 1035.
So in episode 1, we finally meet one of the main baddies in the entire series. His name is Dickie Dudley, who is a mechanical genius, a violent kidnapper. He destroys other people's property, and he is a terrible human being. He's like mini Donald Trump. Just-
Yeah, well,
Just
he is the
miniature
kid
Donald.
version of that guy who keeps trying to steal Penelope. No, not Racky
That
Racers.
is him.
That
That
guy.
is him.
Yeah.
That's Dick
No,
Dastardly.
the guy that keeps trying to steal Penelope Pet Stop is a short green guy. Like he's
No.
No,
bald,
no.
he wears green suit.
Dick
No, no,
But
Dudley.
no.
Penelope Pit Stop was also in Racky Racers, and this is that guy.
That okay, no.
Oh.
Let me learn you something that I just learned right now. The short green guy is based off that guy from Wacky Racers.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
And by the
Hanna-Barbera. You have to remember, all characters are related
Like
with...
Penelope Pit Stop came from Wacky Racers.
Okay.
But
So-
Snippy, I want to correct a little bit of your dialogue. He doesn't try to kidnap her. He tries to rape her. Trust me. He ain't. That's what he's planning to do. I'm sorry, everybody who watched that show and thought he was a kidnapper. No, he's gonna put that pussy to sleep. He's gonna put the cat in the casket.
You know, watching it doesn't even seem like that. It just seems like he's trying to kill her for no reason. Because he ties her up to like a train tracks or something. Like, it's not like Bowser, where Bowser kidnapped Peach, and then the next time you see them, they're in a hot tub together. Mario Sunshine. It seems like he's trying to kill her. He's trying to kill
Well,
this
that. I mean, but let's be honest. Like, why her? She's probably the hottest thing Hanna-Barbera ever drew.
woman.
And that's how he gets his rocks off. This
With his
is a
sidekick,
game
Muttley.
for him. Yeah.
And I just want to say, because this is the only thing in any of this that I might like even a little bit. I've always liked Muttley. Okay, I just like this little dog that just laughs.
Yeah, that's all he does.
It just works for me.
So, this table has like a magnet. I don't know why the guy wanted to steal a table. No, wait. Dudley throws the characters' bikes. Snagglepuss, Huckleberry,
Huckleberry Hound,
Clown,
Snagglepuss.
and
What's his name? Cindy Bear?
Yes.
It was
Cindy
Cindy, right?
Bear, yeah.
He throws their bikes. This is property damage.
How do you not know Cindy Bear's name when it was featured so heavily during that last episode we watched?
I said it was
Let me
Cindy.
tell y'all the secret. I already started drinking. And
I wish I could.
by episode 3, I was already lit.
You had to watch all 3 episodes in a row, so I don't blame you.
I just love how Dudley's bike, he has a giant mechanical hand. He is a mechanical genius. He just takes the bikes, throws it at a tree, and then bees fall out. A beehive falls out. And then I really wish we had a clip that says bees, not the bees. But the bees started chasing them, and Yogi's like, "Hey, boo boo, I'm gonna flip this table up." And the bees get stuck into the table, and the table started to fly because there's a magnet on it. Magnets, how do they work? Magnets, how do they work? And oh man, so it's really hard to remember the episode. I'm kind of drunk.
Well, Yogi saves them. Like, in quotation marks, he saves them, and then they all come back and they're like, "Yo, Yogi," because again, they don't know what yo means or how to use the term.
Because they're executives.
So you gotta say
Like,
he's smarter than the average bear first.
But then it turns out that he didn't actually stop the bees, so the chase goes on.
Yes.
Alright, the bees beat up on Huckleberry Hound, who thought he was smarter than all of them, by splitting off to a separate direction. Well, the bees don't care. Alright, and that moment would have worked for me if they didn't ruin it with a pun immediately afterwards. You guys, there's a lot of pun humor in this
Yes.
Oh.
Especially every line Snagglepuss uses in this whole show.
Is a pun.
Most likely, it's either a pun or him trying to be way too, trying to use words that completely don't work in the context.
So this is where we get to Roger Smith. Okay. Who is a security guard in this mall and also the biggest idiot in this cartoon.
Yes.
Because he watches everything that's going on and he still blames Yogi for some reason.
Yes.
He arrests them for mauling the customers and he just watched them get chased by these bees.
I want to point out something about this episode. The place he wants to eat at is called the picnic basket.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with Yogi. Like, the food court, the whole food court is called the picnic basket.
I thought it was
But he only eats hot dogs now. Like Sonic, for some reason.
No, he ate pizza.
Yeah, but he talks about eating hot dogs. Hot dogs is what he wants to eat.
Yes.
Because hot dogs were 90s, I guess?
Chili hot dogs, man.
Because hot dogs and chili dogs were cool. It's hip and fresh.
I'm also doing something here called Pun Watch, where I write down some of my favorite puns from each episode.
Oh boy.
In this following episode, Snagglepuss gets beaten up by a table that has magnets on it.
Yes.
And he says, "Oh, that's what I call poor table manners."
Oh, gosh.
Why did you like that one?
That's what you guys have to look forward to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And pun number 2, let's see here. After Roger, what is his name? Roger Smith?
It's Ranger Smith.
Ranger Smith, excuse me.
Oh, it's Ranger Smith. I get it. Ha ha ha, Yogi Bear.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yes.
So Ranger Smith blames Yogi for a flying table. Dickie Dudley was just like, this bear just mauled me. And Yogi's like, well, this is a mall.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I remember that now.
Even I wrote that one down because that was just so bad.
That's like an ice pick to the brain. Thank you very much.
That was when I wanted to start overdosing on drugs.
Yeah, that's probably the first sign where you want to start drinking.
Yeah, that's exactly when I popped the bottle.
It's weird to me that Smith goes after Yogi, but not the other ones. Like, he doesn't lock all the kids up. He doesn't blame all the kids. Doesn't blame all the kids. He just blames Yogi.
Yeah.
Well,
Like he knows that he hated Yogi in another life.
Yes.
Well, it's because Yogi fucked his bitch, and he doesn't want none of that.
Yogi's like 12 in this show. He thinks he's a detective,
Mm-hmm.
and
Like all 90s shows.
yeah, you got to be a detective for some reason now. That's just because, like I said, they're trying to piggyback off of Pup Named Scooby Doo. So
No,
while Smith is carrying Yogi to prison, okay, he sees Doggy Daddy's cane get stolen. All right, and he still blames Yogi. Yogi's right there with him.
Yes.
He somehow blames Yogi for the cane getting stolen. Like, what? What?
Yes.
So Yogi goes, okay, I'm a detective because he says he is. I'm going to solve this mystery. And everyone's like, nah, Yogi, forget you. We don't want anything to do with this. You've had enough excitement for one day.
And
he's
then
like,
Daddy
if
Doggy,
Doggy Daddy.
Doggy Daddy says, oh, you guys can have whatever you want from the mall if you get me my cane back.
One thing, but it could be anything.
Yes.
So they agreed. Some guy has RC magnets, and he's stealing stuff with the RC magnets. And it's not Yogi that finds this out. It's that dastardly kid.
Yes.
Dick Dastardly.
Dickie Dudley?
Big that.
Dastardly.
Dastardly. Ah.
The dastardly D.
That dastardly Dickie.
Double D.
He figures this out. The guy behind it is like a mad scientist or whatever,
Yeah.
who owns a store, and his whole plan is to shut down the mall so that people could only buy stuff at his store.
Yes. And
Which I'm guessing didn't work before the mall opened. I'm guessing he was still broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's trying to pick what they want from the mall, okay? And at every place that they're at, something gets stolen.
Yeah.
So they
Snagglepuss wants
ride
to be in
on
her.
those things.
yeah.
Cindy's got like a exercising bicycle.
Yes. Huckleberry.
Somebody had a
Football.
skateboard.
Well, I think that was Boo Boo.
Yeah, Boo Boo always has a skateboard. Always,
Yes.
always.
Because it's the
And
90s.
flips, yo. He wants to be in Tony Hawk. That's
Wait.
why.
But I'm glad you mentioned Huckleberry Hound because he wanted a football bat.
Wait, was it a football bat or
It was a football bat.
Okay.
It was a
Because,
bat
he's Southern.
for football.
Because he's from the South.
No. He's just preparing. Oh, Clementine.
I will always have respect for Huckleberry because the good, the bad, and the Huckleberry Hound.
Oh, yeah, I
All
remember that. That was a good one.
Yeah, I'm down with that movie. But in these three episodes,
This
this is the worst
incarnation.
Huckleberry.
This incarnation of these characters is the worst.
It is the worst.
They suck.
Like, we didn't mention it, but a lot of them don't even sound similar.
Mm-hmm.
They all sound like really bad impressions.
Yes.
Especially Snagglepuss.
Oh.
You guys ever wonder what happened if Neil Patrick Harris just went full gay
He is
and
full
just didn't
gay.
give a shit about his career anymore? It would be Snagglepuss. Like, I already know
I
he's
don't
gay.
think so. I don't think so. Because he's pretty out there about his gayness and using it. So I don't
Well,
think.
let me rephrase this. What happens if you take a Broadway show and mix it with Mr. Slade from South Park? You'll probably have Snagglepuss.
In this show.
In this show.
Well, I knew,
Snagglepuss
like,
in every other cartoon was the asshole that always got his way out of any situation. This Snagglepuss is Mr.
like Bugs
Slade.
Bunny.
Yeah. You know what? How come we can't watch Bugs Bunny?
We are going to eventually.
Oh wait, it's not gonna be that really weird special with the carrots aliens, right?
I don't actually think we are, but I did like that special. About Snagglepuss being gay, and me and T.Whales had a conversation about this, but they pretty much did say in this show that Snagglepuss was gay. They pretty much
But
confirm it here.
but they could not say it because this is the '90s before that was acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But Yogi Bear basically, Snagglepuss, dresses up, and Yogi makes some comment about Snagglepuss being the Queen of England, and how obvious it is. It's like, okay, Snagglepuss is gay.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what that means. Maybe it's not just this arcade incarnation. Maybe Snagglepuss has always been gay. And, of course, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The way he's pretty flamboyant, right? And if he's
Mhm.
always been gay, it means Hanna-Barbera characters have always been,
All inclusive.
of gay people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
My mind just exploded. Who ever thought?
I would think of Bugs Bunny as bisexual at this point. By
Oh yeah,
by how many
Look.
times he's kissed a guy.
maybe trans. You never know.
He has played a woman quite a bit.
Or what they call it, gender fluid, where he just
Yeah.
picks a gender to be a
Let's
day.
not be Tumblr here. I don't
I'm
want to
sorry.
talk about it.
Let me
Look.
turn off the Tumblr.
Let's turn off the Tumblrs.
That's a very
Bugs-
scary place.
Yes.
Bugs
I am
Bunny
a
had this
gender fluid
80s
being.
80s hair metal thing going on where he dressed like a woman all the time, but he's using it to get ladies. That's how Bugs works. To get out of trouble. That's his thing.
Well,
And bald men.
yeah. He's also basically tricked Elmer into loving him quite a few times by
That's
being.
Elmer's fault for being an idiot.
He likes his women hairy.
And you know what he gained for that?
What?
Someone to protect him from Daffy Duck. Because that's all Elmer is there for. You think Elmer would learn at this point? Bugs Bunny is your greatest enemy, but no, Bugs got Elmer on lockdown. Why? So he can shoot Daffy.
But it's duck season.
Buzz got
I
you
know
on
what you're
lockdown
trying
too,
to do,
huh?
Stray. We're not getting into this argument.
So to finish this up, because this episode's almost over anyway,
Yeah,
everyone else flies in because the tiny little magnet badges
yes.
somehow makes them that can somehow lift all of these items, can lift not a full grown bear, but a teenage bear on a bike
Yes.
with a tiny micro badge.
Yes.
And no one notices. No one ever thought, hey, what's that? The police never thought, hey, what's that? You know?
That's because Smith is the police, and again, he is an idiot.
Yes.
He is
And-
Officer Bar Brady.
He is so much of an idiot that when Yogi and the gang stumble upon this crime and the police finally get there and stop this scientist, quote unquote, they make Yogi a mall cop.
Mm-hmm.
They make this, 13-year-old bear who did nothing except get chased by bees a mall cop. Because they know how incompetent Smith is.
Well,
They would rather
they
hire
made the whole
teenagers.
team into mall cops.
Yeah,
And they become the Laugh Squad.
and that's how that ends. That's how it sets up the next episode,
Yes.
which are really not good. Ugh.
The notes I have for this episode is surprisingly little. The only thing I just have, so these two guys who breaks out of prison and they bury their loot under a tree.
The only
mall
tree
was-
they did not destroy or modify when they built
Yeah.
the mall, apparently.
And there's a tree in the middle of the mall.
I just want to make clear, they did just jump to episode 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Oh, sorry about that.
Also, episode 1 ends with you are smarter than average bear. I think that was said 3 times in this episode.
At least.
So, episode 2, some guys break out of prison, and they just show up in the mall wearing their prison outfit.
Yes.
So,
Wait. I just need to mention this. Okay. When these guys break out of prison, okay, Yogi decides that he's gonna find them because he's a detective, and that's what he does. Where does Yogi look for these prisoners? In the mall. Okay, if this was any other anything, that would not have worked. A prisoner would not immediately go to your neighborhood mall. If you watched TV and it said Charles Manson broke out of prison today, you would not say, "Huh, I'm gonna go check my mall, see if I
But
can
it's the
find Charles
biggest
Manson."
mall. Everyone goes to the mall. It's the most hippest happening place of all the 90s.
And
I just want to also say what he just said about the mall being the most happening place. Direct quote. That's a direct quote in this series.
I think that was in episode 1, wasn't it?
Yes.
I just want to say, I didn't even remember that. I just thought of the most not the stupidest, lamest 90s cartoon hip version thing that I could think of. And that was it. And there you go.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So let's see here. Huckleberry was playing a banjo that they was getting out of the Lost and Found. They told him that he suck and go leave. And it's it's the classic oh my darling Clementine. And then I started thinking of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
The fan fiction.
No. That's
the video game.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's fan fiction.
I don't think it's fan fiction.
It's just
It's
the best.
fan fiction.
It's licensed.
It's the best.
It's licensed fan fiction.
I would like to say, animation-wise, there are scenes in here where Huckleberry Hound has a white mouth and where he has a blue mouth. And that just shows you how much they care about this series. Yep. They can't even get his color consistent.
And
animation errors.
So
there were a lot of Looney Tunes gags in this episode, but they weren't funny.
They weren't pulled off.
They're very slow.
Have this banjo with dynamite on it. Play the tune correctly.
And you can see them coming a mile away.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go back to the beginning of this episode. So
we're at the tree now.
Okay.
Huckleberry found the banjo. He's going to the tree to play it
because everyone's annoyed at him.
And then the prisoners show up and they start playing pranks.
Yes.
And that's all that happens in this episode.
Yeah, that's all that happened in the story segment. He basically avoids every trap they try sending at him as they try to get him to, until they decide, they just decide to make a fake gun.
I have a bar of soap.
Yes. And make him dig. And somehow he digs all the way back to the prison.
And that's what's so scary. The amount of time that they show him digging, that prison had to be exactly next door to the mall. Like right there.
Yeah.
Probably is.
If I'm going to build a mall, I'm going to build it next to a prison. That's just good tactics.
So that means when the bad guys, before they got caught and thrown away in prison, they bury their loot at a tree next to the prison.
Right next to the prison.
That's the perfect heist, man. That's the perfect heist. The other thing is, where are they getting all these disguises?
Yeah, where do they get the money for it?
Criminals don't need money. They have soap guns and threats.
Empty threats. So he leads him back into jail, and Huckleberry Hound has the strength to push a giant concrete wall back to place. And he goes back out, and everyone's like, oh, the bad guys got caught, apparently, and thrown back in jail.
They got this information so quickly. I have not seen a whole cell phone in this show, by the way.
This is 91. Cell phones would be gigantic.
They would be the size of normal phones.
No, they'd be bigger.
So he pulls out the treasure. Don't know where he found that. And he gets in the hole and starts playing. And then he said the one sentence at the very end of this episode that pissed me off. And that sentence was, Face it, folks. Sometimes you can't improve the classics. That was so meta that it hurts.
Wow. Okay. So I just want to say, with this segment, I watched this whole segment, right?
Yes.
Didn't look away once. I didn't look away not once. And I don't remember how it ended because it was so bad.
You had to wait until we file the ending for you.
Yes, because I have no idea how those guys got back in prison. I'm just like, these are some really boring, really bad gags right here. And I kind of just zoned out.
The only, the one kind of interesting gag, it wasn't good. It was the one where the chick ends up on the bed with him, and she's like, drop me off at the record store since I'm here. And I just found that kind of an interesting gag. If done differently, it could have been better, but knowing this show.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Snippy, if you go to the end of episode 2, he's in that hole playing his banjo, and he can't get that song right. And he gets out, looks directly at the camera like he's speaking to the audience, especially to the adults that are forced to watch this shit with their kids. Face it, folks, sometimes you can't improve the classics. I felt that line. That line right there.
If you're making your kids watch Yo Yogi, I think you have some problems.
You know, sometimes you need to show those little bastards who rules the house. All right, maybe we should get to episode 3.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening with Stray over there.
Let's get to the third
So,
segment.
episode
Fourth
2,
segment.
part 2.
Yes.
Episode.
Yeah.
Let's call it 2.5. This is the episode with the groundhog. And let me tell you what pisses me off about this episode. I know this is going to sound weird for reasons, for gerbil related reasons. I am actually, I used to be a pretty big fan of Secret Squirrel. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So Secret Squirrel is in this episode for like
his
3
dad
seconds.
is.
Both
Yeah.
of them. For like 3 seconds. And you never see them again. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, wait a second. If you have these 2 spies in this series, why is Yogi the detective? Why
Oh,
is
that
it
was
the
such a
Secret Squirrel
wasted
show?
cameo.
It really was. It had nothing to do with anything. You might... No, you won't remember that. Okay, well, Stray will remember. This is not our first go-around with groundhogs. I think last time it was gophers, but the plot is exactly the same. These critters come out of the ground, and they start eating everything, and you have to try to stop them. Now, these groundhogs are eating computers. They are straight up eating computers.
They're eating metal and plastic. They're literally eating stuff they shouldn't be able to eat.
All right,
Drywall,
books,
concrete,
everything.
Drywall.
And Cindy wants to save them because she thinks they're endangered. Then I went to Wikipedia. No, I didn't go to Wikipedia. I went to Google.
Oh, you
Looked up
did the
multiple
same
sources.
thing. I see you did the same thing. I went over those like, have they ever been endangered? They have never been endangered. Never. Cindy Bear is fucking stupid.
Well, apparently they're a special kind of groundhog named ground. I know it was some stupid name. I just forget the name.
But somehow Cindy Bear knew? No, she didn't. She's just stupid.
No, she.
She's like, it's an animal. Look at this poor animal. It must be endangered.
And here's one thing that gets me about Cindy Bear. Let's remember that she is a bear. So, her calling the groundhogs woodland critters when she's a woodland critter kinda seems not on the up and up to me. Kinda seems like she's looking down on them.
No, she made it out of the ghetto. It's fine. She got out. It's fine.
She got out of woods.
She left Shanika behind.
Shanika Bear.
Shanika Bear.
She got a bear in the woods somewhere that used to be best friends with her. They don't talk anymore. She kicked them off their Facebook page.
Cindy used to walk around, and Shanika comes up like, "Oh, look at you! You used to be a bad bitch.
Now you basic.
Now you basic as fuck. Who wears white boots
Wearing
with
clothes.
leggings?
Uh,
Let's just talk about how she's basically Amy Rose from Sonic the Hedgehog.
now you're insulting
She's
Amy.
always been basically Amy Rose.
Yeah.
Like
You're
from
insulting Amy Rose now.
Really? You can insult Amy
no.
Rose?
Exactly, Stray. Exactly. You can't.
You
Hey,
can by saying she's like Cindy Bear.
I've drawn
If
Sonic.
anything, you're insulting
I can
classic
make fun of
Cindy.
it. But
Because, classic Cindy, she wasn't a lot. She still had this irrational crush on Yogi, but she was intelligent. At the very least, she was smarter than Yogi and Boo Boo most of the time.
So
She had that going for her.
So she is smarter than the average bear.
and there we go.
Don't. Please don't.
And
They also say, yo, Cindy,
Ugh.
instead of yo, Yogi. I'm like, come on, you guys.
Oh, I
Please,
I
you
wanted to
guys.
shoot myself in the foot pretty hard in this episode.
in episode 2.5, oh, what's it? Groundhogs. Let's see here.
The
You're
groundhog.
smarter than an average bear was said 3 times.
Okay.
Surprisingly, 1.5 in episode 1.5, you don't hear it at all.
Well, that was because it was about a different character entirely.
This episode in itself is like splitting the two. Because the first one, you have just these gophers.
Yeah.
Groundhogs destroying things, and Cindy convincing her friends to
Help
save
her.
them.
Save them.
So they're just chasing these things around with more unfunny gags.
Yep.
They're not even gags, really. It's just stuff happening.
Yep.
Until you find Max the Mole later in the
Yes.
episode, who is another criminal mastermind of sorts. See, the groundhogs are eating everything because they eat these berries
Mm-hmm.
or something. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense when you think about it too logically.
They eat
But anyway,
these special
they got
berries.
kicked out of their home by Max the Mole, who's digging into a bank.
Yes.
They've gone rampant because of the bush and the berries, and that's gone now. But they wouldn't be underground anyway, where their house is, the berries, and he wouldn't be able to, why would he mess up the berries? He couldn't have if he's just digging underground. I can't think of it too logically.
Yeah.
It just makes my brain hurt.
Don't worry about it. I understand. And yeah.
Alright, so Max finds Yogi and friends, or Yogi and friends find Max, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And he makes them, steal stuff for them.
Yeah.
This is where it gets really weird. Because Cindy starts flirting with him. Cindy's like 14 years old and a bear. And he's like,
I was like,
yeah,
is he
I want that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a piece of that. Like, no, you can't do this, cartoon.
Yeah.
You can't you haven't earned the right to put me through this kind of messed up scenario. So Cindy escapes while everyone else continues to help Max fill his armored truck with money.
How did he get the armored truck?
That's what I was just about to ask. No one finds that suspicious?
Yeah.
This man just
Not at all.
drives
No.
around with an armored truck. And we've seen the groundhogs, right?
Yes.
We've seen them eat literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
What is stopping them from eating this man's stuff? They can eat this man's gun. They can eat this man's truck.
Yeah.
They can do what they did at the end from the very start.
Yeah, they could destroy the mine cart. Like, all of the mine stuff. That mine's collapsing. They don't care. They eat through that shit anyways, right?
This is so poorly planned, this episode. They did not think through this at all. They just had some rough idea, and they just said, okay, let's do it. The groundhogs basically saved the day. It was the groundhogs' problem. Cindy got involved. Then the groundhogs saved the day. So why is this a Yogi story? Why are they involved? I'm gonna self-destruct.
Yeah.
I'm about to self-destruct right now. I don't understand it. And then Cindy's like, we saved the groundhogs when they really didn't. Now we have to save these bunnies. which are monster bunnies from who knows where, and then it goes off. I don't know. I am a full-grown man, and this segment confused me to no end. Kids will watch this and they'll go along with it because they're not thinking about it. Okay, I do it all the time. I still do it sometimes, but I couldn't do it with this. This one just didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I probably could have done it. I probably could have done it without going back and adding logic to it. If this man, this looked like 50-year-old man, didn't start flirting with this 14-year-old bear and started making me put my logic senses into this. That's not right.
Maybe it was mating season.
For who?
You know, it seems like it looks like for Cindy. Cindy's a bad bitch. She woke up a little early. Yeah, so Cindy was just like, somebody needs to pop this pussy real good. And
That's what yogi is for.
do you
And
think
sometimes
Yogi-
boo boo.
Look, it's never gonna be Yogi. It's always gonna be Boo Boo because she has to bribe Yogi with food.
Boo Boo got the dick for days. He has a vitamin D.
They call
Vitamin
him
D?
boo boo because he passed that boo boo.
He has a PhD. Pretty huge dick. Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's move on to episode 3,
Ooh.
which could be the worst episode so far.
The amount of
It's the best.
Let me just say this.
snaggle push.
Let me just say this for the listeners. I'm gonna say this, and then they can decide if this is the worst episode so far. I'm just gonna say 2 words. That's all you need, listeners. That's all you need. Magilla Ice.
Best episode ever.
No.
I love this episode so much.
What
No,
is
no,
this
no.
episode?
They
What
also-
is this?
They also have Snagglepuss parodying a bunch of
Different
musicians.
artists.
So he did Elvis. Can we just count them off? Because White
I don't
I
know
don't
them.
remember. I don't know what he did because I don't care.
I know he did White Snake, I think.
And my favorite, he came out dressed as a shark, and he was named MC Hammerhead.
Alright. I think that got a chuckle out of me, honestly.
You guys make me sick. You guys seriously make me sick. You and this cartoon deserve each other.
That got a chuckle out of me because of how out of left field it was.
This episode was amazing. Oh,
Okay.
I don't.
Let me get it started.
Okay.
Okay. So Magilla Ice is doing a concert at the mall, and there's this punk goth chick, this punk goth bear that was introduced in episode 1 for like 2 seconds.
She
Well,
showed.
this was she's a
She also shows
What?
up in episode 2 because she's the one that Huckleberry has to drop off.
yeah. You're right. It wasn't episode 1. It was episode 2. I didn't think she was going to be a major player, but I guess from this point out she is.
She is your typical punk rocker from the 90s.
Not really, because she's very bland as a character. Like, she's only punk rock at the exterior.
Yes.
The actual punk rock chick would not listen to Magilla Ice.
Yes. She looks very punk rock is what I'm trying to say.
She's green, because she's not a regular bear.
Yes.
She's like a rogue Care Bear, is what she looks like.
That honestly is the best description you can give her. Her name's
All right.
Roxy, by the way. if
Roxy Bear.
I forgot her name.
I'm Roxy.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
okay to
reason
forget
I
her
said
name.
and forget her name.
So, let me explain Magilla Ice a little bit. He is Magilla Gorilla with the Vanilla Ice hair, but he still sounds like Magilla Gorilla.
Yes.
Now, if you don't remember what Magilla Gorilla sounds like, what does a doofus sound like? That's Magilla Gorilla.
Donkey Kong.
He doesn't sound like anyone you want to listen to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he a star? I don't know. But apparently you get to win a date with him
Yes.
before the concert.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about. Cindy wants to win this date.
So does
Roxy wants to win this date. Yogi is jealous.
yes. Oh, this. Do you have the note for this, McFisticuffs, for the
What?
horrible pun that Roxy pulls at the beginning of this episode? At the beginning, Roxy's all like, "Vanilla Ice has my name all over it." Takes out a piece of paper with her name on it, places it on the poster.
This belongs to Roxanne.
And I love it.
That is what
Apparently,
she sounds like, almost exactly.
Yeah.
I know. I'm trying to like from memory. Like, how did this bitch sound like?
Yeah. And I think that was a direct quote, too.
Oh,
I
didn't
want to
even
point
know.
out Magilla's Ice #1 hit song is called "Gorilla." I've gone bananas over you. Thank you, Hannah Bonbear, for that. That shit was amazing. Gorilla, I've gone bananas over you. That sounds like it would be a Vanilla Ice song. So
My
they get
heart
to
is
the
just so full of loathing right now that you
We know.
have managed
We
to
know.
squeeze any joy out of this episode.
This episode was amazing. So they get to the drawing, and they pulled Roxy gets in the machine, start dumping all of her names in here, trying to make sure that her name is. They get her out on stage, just spin it around, and she ends up giving him Cindy Bear's name.
Honestly,
And
if she had time to rig that thing, why didn't she just basically take out all the other names and just make it all her name?
Stray, do
Well,
you realize how much the last episode didn't make sense?
Yes.
Why do you expect this episode to make sense?
she's basic, Stray.
Oh, okay. And
She's a,
and
she's somehow punk, goth, and basic.
yes. And also, why are all the bears just named? Their last names are all Bear.
They're related.
Racism, Stray.
Wait. Yogi and Cindy are related, so they're cousins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense, right? Because
You guys don't understand why I'm laughing so hard over here. Wait.
that's a Hillbilly Bear reference. In
What
Hillbillies,
was, what was the name of the
Flower.
flower one?
It was Flora or Flower or something.
Okay. I was just making sure it wasn't Cindy by some miracle or Roxy.
That would have been epic.
I would have loved this shit. I would have loved anything afterwards.
Unintentional continuity.
It would have made sense.
But no, McFisticuffs, please go on.
So Cindy gets on the stage and she starts walking away with Megilla Ice, and they make a reference to one of the greatest movies of all time. She turns to Megilla and is like, "You're as cool as ice." A movie made and starring Vanilla Ice.
She
That
does
movie
say
is
that.
magical.
They
That does
also
happen.
make a Star Trek reference in there.
So, Yogi's hating real hard.
Yes.
And he's just like, you know what? I'm going to show this bitch who's what. I'm going to impress her the entire time. So he's getting in their way. Every little fun thing they planned on the date,
Oh, no.
Yogi always shows up and
You
ruins it.
gotta say the first plan was him just basically being in display windows and basically saying, "Why isn't this working? Why don't they love me?"
Yogi is very needy.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
He's so needy, and he
we didn't
needs the
mention-
center attention.
Like at this point, we do have to mention Dickie. Dickie does come back.
Yes.
Oh,
Dickie, Muttley, and they decide to
Kidnap.
help Roxy out, kind of, but not really.
So that
Because he's only out for himself.
So they can kidnap Vanilla Ice.
I don't think their first thing was to kidnap, right? It was at first just to help Roxy and stop Cindy from interfering so that Roxy can have a date. And that's when Yogi kept ruining their plans.
Mm-hmm.
By accident.
Well, they were basically planning to kidnap him and then just force him to spend time with Roxy was the plan.
But before we get to the kidnapping, there was a scene where they went skiing in the inside mall.
That's still part of the
Because-
kidnapping attempts, though.
And Yogi gets in full ski gear. Everybody else is, I believe, dressed normally, but Yogi is wearing full ski wear.
Because it's
Mittens
Yogi.
and boots. And they ski on a rotated belt. And Yogi goes flying, smacking into Roxy and Dickie because they're still trying to kidnap Magilla Ice.
Yeah.
And so this episode is weird. So Sydney's falling in love with Magilla. And I think Sydney wants a little bit of that Magilla loving.
Yes.
But she sneaks off with Yogi, tells Yogi go fuck yourself, comes back, Magilla's gone. And then she blames Yogi. How dare you let me lose him? If it wasn't for you, he wouldn't be kidnapped. And Yogi's like, the fuck I do? Blame the
Just like the
kidnapper.
first episode. I do want to mention, at this point, when Magilla gets stolen away, that's when they introduce the B plot. Alright? Now, the B plot is with Doggy Daddy trying to look for someone to replace Magilla while they're looking for him.
Yes.
Pardon me. I noticed that when Doggy Daddy looks upset, he still looks happy.
Yeah.
Because he has a permanent smile carved into his face. He's like the Joker. Doggy Daddy's first plan is to get Huckleberry Hound on the stage. Huckleberry doesn't want to do it.
Because
I mean, he was down with it at first, but then he got scared because he sucks at singing. And everyone seems to know that, but they want him to go on stage and embarrass himself anyway.
And
That
then
would be funny.
Snagglepuss takes up the role because he says, hey, this could be my moment of fame.
Yep. Because Snagglepuss he's obsessed with movies and stuff.
Yes.
So he's also, by that measure, obsessed with fame.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a loose connection. Alright, so this is when you start getting into Snagglepuss trying to
Imitate a bunch of real life.
mimic a bunch of real life acts.
Yeah. So
Yogi decides, okay, it's time to be the bigger man. I'm gonna find Magilla. And he convinces his people to find Magilla. And this is where there is one scene. I'm not like the rest of these people. There's only one scene in this episode that I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
They check the pet store. And it's just like the pet store from the original Magilla Gorilla series. You know, the whole gimmick of that was he's a gorilla, he's for sale, no one wants to buy him. So it's a nice little callback.
Mm-hmm. And then
That's it.
and then there's a lion.
Was there a line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they're getting shooed out of the pet store, there was a lion. That's all I remember from that scene.
Meanwhile, Dickie's making bank.
Yep. Making all that bank somehow. Like,
Selling autographs. He's making Magilla Gorilla sign a bunch of stuff.
yeah.
So that he can sell them.
How many?
Magilla Gorilla is too stupid to realize that he's been kidnapped. Roxy's getting angry because they're not letting Magilla Gorilla spend any time with her. And again, let's give you some of that classic Roxy dialogue. Mega Vomit. Total annihilation. Oh.
I think we need
Vomit.
T.Whales.
Total annihilation.
Thank you.
I was like,
You have to do a Valley Girl voice. You're from California. How can you not do it?
look, you know, I have a cold in my throat right now. I don't want to push it.
No, you gotta push
So-
it so hard.
I'm very happy that they didn't focus on Roxy that much earlier. She is a terrible character. She is,
She is nothing good.
She said Stone Cold Cool. I was around in the 90s, you guys.
Stone
I
Cold-
know that nobody said this stuff.
Stone Cold Steve Austin did. No, he didn't.
I really hope he didn't.
Okay, I've never heard someone say Mega Bummage seriously. This cartoon, it just doesn't fit with my timeline. It feels like this alternate 90 that none of us experienced. For real. But yet every
Really
TV
interesting.
executive knows of. Yogi and the gang finds Dickie selling stuff in the mall. Dickie runs back to where Magilla is. Really, it's rookie move. If you're gonna run away, you do not run to where your base is, because they're just gonna follow you, which is what happened. So they find Magilla, and they tell Magilla that he has been kidnapped, because he. How do you not know? How do you kidnap somebody, and then they not know? Magilla decides to rebel against Dickie and Roxy, and he says this line: "I may be a chimp, but I'm not a chump." Let me break that line down for you.
No,
Okay.
no. Yeah, I'm not a chimp. I might be a chimp, but I'm not a chump.
First of all, he was kidnapped for like 15 minutes, and he didn't know it. 15 minutes of the show running time, which might be longer in the series. So yeah, you are technically a chump, and you're not a chimp because you're a gorilla. So everything in that sentence is wrong. Anyway, he gets back. They start traveling together. He finds Huckleberry Hound on stage because nobody likes Snagglepuss. I guess that they weren't accepting of his lifestyle choices. Huckleberry Hound's on stage. He's killing it for some reason. And nobody liked it before, but now all of a sudden they love it. Magilla Gorilla goes up stage, starts singing with him. It is one of the worst things I've ever heard.
The Oh My
Ever.
Darling R&B mix.
That's what it is.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
God.
And he's also doing rap moves on stage, or what people
Yes.
believe to be rap moves.
It's bad. It's really. You want to know how bad it is? I'm gonna make a reference. I know some of you guys will want to go there after I make the reference. I'm asking you, please don't go there. Just let this reference be. I'm gonna put it out there. Let it drop. Okay? Okay. It's like in the Hannah Montana movie when they fuse country with rap. Okay? And it is the worst possible feeling inside. Okay? It is like my literal Silent Hill is what that is. And this is like the Yo Yogi version of that. You can't, they're trying to hippify Oh My Darling Clementine. Not even the actual version, the Huckleberry Hound version that only has one verse. Okay? With Magilla Gorilla singing, and he sounds like a doofus. So imagine that. Huckleberry Hound singing, who sounds like a racist southern caricature, and a doofus, singing a hip hop version of Oh My Darling Clementine.
Yep.
God damn it.
And
That's the only song he knows, by the way.
And McFisticuffs loves this episode.
Yes.
I love this episode, but once you brought up the Hannah Montana reference, god damn it, I respected you. I did not say a thing. You know
Right.
how hard it was to start breaking down into that song?
Now, this episode is about to end. The only thing that happens left is Yogi got his groove back now.
Yes.
Because he helped save the day, even though technically he didn't. So, it's like, Cindy's like all up on Yogi's jock now.
Mm-hmm.
And then Roxy's like, whoa, hold up. That's my man.
Yes.
You didn't want him before. Now I'm taking him from you. And Yogi's like, all is right with the world. This is how it should be.
Yes.
So he does get a little pimp moment there at the end. This is the part where we talk about the series as a whole. And I usually start it out by, referencing the series to some point in my own childhood. And
Did you almost
this
throw
was
up?
not a part of it. Yo Yogi, I don't know when or where this came on. 'Cause this technically did not.
1991.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, this did not exist in my timeline.
It existed. It existed before our time.
I've seen it. I remember
Oh
it.
my god.
Why did you agree to do this episode then?
Because, I'm one of those types of hipsters that loves watching terrible shit ironically.
I did have mad respect for Yogi Bear, cause even though he's one of those quote unquote cool characters, the way that he didn't try to act cooler than he was. I guess he was very laid back with his cool. He wasn't like, okay, don't get offended, but he wasn't like Sonic, like how Sonic sometimes is. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's cool. This is Sonic acting cool. Wasn't that cool?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yogi Bear is like that really cool cousin that shows up once in a while, smokes weed on your front porch, and gives you some wisdom advice.
Well,
sit down, nephew. It's like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
What's up, nephew?
Yeah. The other characters too, even though I like some better than others. Like I said, I liked The Good, the Bad, and the Huckleberry. Don't really care for his own cartoons that much. I always thought the classic Snagglepuss was pretty entertaining. I loved what was it? Quick Draw McGraw. That was my stuff because I love El Caban. He's not in the series.
He is.
That's why he's not in the series yet. Not of what we've seen. I've been saved
but
from
I'm
that.
saying Quick Draw and Babalooey are both in this. Adam Ant is in this series.
Adam Ant?
Adam Ant.
Whoa.
No.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we stopped. I'm so glad we stopped where we did because I don't want to see the rest of these guys get ruined.
Top Cat
okay.
is in this series.
Oh no, not TC. Not TC.
Yeah.
I remember this show. It was New Jersey back in 1996, and you'd be quite a year later after I lived there, I have got into a car accident that wiped most of my memory, and
all that was left was Yo Yogi.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
What happened? I had lost a lot of things in my mind. I could guarantee you anything before the third grade is a blank slate. I can't remember a damn thing before that, except for Yo Yogi.
Oh,
That is the worst.
That is horrible.
That is tragic.
Because that was a show that I watched before I realized my brain could think for itself. We were just kids. As long as something was animated, I would watch it.
Yeah, I mean, we've been there. Everyone's been there.
Yo Yogi, I despise, but I love at the same time. It's so bad. And if you want to watch a terribly bad show with really stupid mystery and really weird musical sequences, watch Scooby-Doo. Watch Scooby-Doo instead. At least it has interesting character designs.
It has interesting something.
It's interesting with actual mystery. It was actual mystery episodes.
The mystery gimmick here doesn't work at all.
Now, if you want to watch a pup named Scooby-Doo meets Rocket Power, this is the show for you.
Who would want to watch that?
Apparently, the higher-ups at Hanna-Barbera thought it was an awesome idea. Even before
Rocket Power is so edgy.
out.
Oh, we have got to do a Rocket Power episode. This is my takeaway from watching these 3 episodes. Everything we watched so far, other than Mr. Magoo, I could at least find one reason to watch it. Okay? And Mr. Magoo gets a pass for me. A tiny pass. Because it's so old. It's so old. And humor is different back then. And I am a fan of Charlie Chaplin, right? And I think that kind of slapstick is ageless. So it still sucks, Mr. Magoo, to me. Because there's no reason it can't be good. There's no reason it couldn't be ageless. But I do have, it's old. And you have to give it points just for being that old. Yo Yogi, I can't come up with one thing. There's not one saving grace at all in this series to me. Just the comedy, all of it is poorly paced. All of it is unoriginal. All the puns just cringeworthy. It's bad, but for me, it's not entertaining bad. For me, it's just bad. You know? And, like I said, I respect Yogi. But I'm not invested in Yogi, and I'm not invested in Snipples, and I'm not invested in Huckleberry Hound. So the only good thing I could say about this series is because I was not invested in those characters. This doesn't piss me off. It's
It
just
did piss you off, though.
this is bad.
Yes.
This is really, really bad. But it's bad because it is what it is. It's not bad because they're corrupting characters that I love, which is the worst bad. You understand? Like if it's hard to think of. Okay, if they did a gritty reboot, like a super gritty, if they did a Yo Yogi version of the Powerpuff Girls,
They did.
I would be pissed.
They kind of did. It's called Powerpuff Girls Z.
That's anime. That's completely different. You're selling it to a completely different culture with completely different standards. So it's okay to change that up in that way. But if you were to do that here in America, like make all the Powerpuff Girls as edgy as Wheeler from Captain Planet,
No.
I would have personal problems with that. I would be pissed off. But in this case, this is just really bad. I cannot suggest this to anyone. I can't even suggest one episode. Like with C-Lab. Me and T.Whales were talking about C-Lab. And it was just, this whole series is terrible. It's all boring, and the animation is so still and static and stiff and awful. But there's this moment in the third episode that is so good. In the
So
worst
good.
way.
So good that it is used every time when they did C Lab 2021. Every time. It's the running scene. Every time someone had to run.
So good. There's nothing like that in Yo Yogi. Yo Yogi is just bad. It is pure bad.
Yes.
There's no saving grace here for me. So
There
It's
is
not even
nothing.
Magoo bad, which was just kind of boring, but kind of just didn't age
it was
well.
Magoo was boring and harmless.
Yes.
I want to say that Yo Yogi is the last series Yogi Bear was a part of.
Really?
Good.
He went down with this show.
Oh
Good.
no.
He deserves
I
it.
mean, he had that like CJ movie or whatever, but this is the last series that had Yogi Bear.
Oh, I forgot that movie was a thing.
Yeah.
The one with Justin Timberlake as
Yep.
Boo Boo.
He was boo boo.
Yeah.
Oh.
I kinda wanna watch that movie now.
No. No.
Watch the
No.
Peanuts
No.
instead. Watch the Peanuts instead.
Uh,
Don't even waste your time.
but
Hell,
let's pass
watch
the ball to
Barbie.
Stray. Stray, what did you think about these 3 episodes that we watched? Did it make you want to watch more?
No.
Is that all I'm gonna get from you?
Just no. Just whenever this show is mentioned, just say no and leave. Whoever brought out this show, just stop being friends with them and leave.
McFisticuffs?
What I take from this show? Well, I got drunk, so that's one thing.
Yeah. He was.
It
He,
maybe
as he
goes.
said, he was probably wasted by the 3rd episode, which is why he enjoyed it so much.
And let's see here. There's a few things that bothers me about this show. If you look up, if you just type in Yo Yogi, it has like a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
No.
That's not right. That is not right.
Nostalgia is a powerful thing.
Oh my
Man.
god, yeah, and it has 6.1 on TV. Why? Why?
That's not cool. And this TV show was directed by a guy named Ray Patterson, who, and I'm going to say this, not only animated Fantasia and Dumbo,
No.
No. Really?
he did a lot of the Tom and Jerry cartoons as well.
What? How did he fall so hard?
He animated Dumbo and Fantasia.
Well,
And
animating and
Tom and
directing, just because
He
you can do
should've
one
done-
doesn't mean you can do the other.
He should have directed the artist to throw all that shit out. I'll say this. By the time he was directing this TV show, he was approximately 81 years old. He was born in 1911, and he died in 2001. So he was pretty old. So maybe he just didn't realize what the hell he was doing anymore.
It makes sense, if you're that old and you're making a kid's cartoon, and you realize how old you are, so you try to be more hip to make up for it, and you fail spectacularly.
Mm-hmm. But yes, that is a true fact. The director of this show did Dumbo and Fantasia. And he was an animation director for the Tom and Jerry cartoons in the 1960s.
Okay, I'm honestly wondering why he signed up to this project.
Yogi Berra was a pretty big name, though. Like, if someone says, you, Yogi. Again, Yogi was not on that level of Bugs and Mickey, but he was, just below them.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. So yes, that is something that really bothers me. So, like I said, if you watch Scooby-Doo, hell, watch Mystery Incorporated. That's actually a pretty good show. Watch that. Don't waste your time with this.
We did that for you. And T.Whales, you got the last say. How much did you enjoy this series?
I did not enjoy this series at all. Looking at this show, we talked about it before. This is like one of those template, let's try to make this show for the young kids type of things that they try to do for a Saturday morning cartoon, and it fails spectacularly, and we can see why. They just try to do a more modern take on these characters, essentially Yogi, but throw in some other classic people, either, changed or unchanged, and it just didn't work out at all. I am glad I never knew about the show. I don't know why it has a 6 point anything on IMDb.
I want to make a correction. I think I said Rob Patterson is the director. It's Ray Patterson.
Okay.
I want to make sure I make that clear. Ray Patterson is the guy who did Fantasia and Dumbo, but he still directed this show. I don't want to say the wrong name in the middle of the podcast.
One more thing I should say about the show. Apparently, it had episodes in 3D that you could get from 3D glasses from Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
We're done. We're done.
The
No
Okay.
more,
VHS
please,
release
no
came
more.
with 3D glasses.
That is legitimately 90s. No one can argue that that's not 90s. That's very
I know
90s.
it's 90s, but
So, if you've seen Yo Yogi, and you're one of those
We
people
are
responsible for giving it a 63% rating on IMDb, please hit us up in the comments or send us an email at cartoonkilowatt@gmail.com and tell us why you somewhat like this show, because I want to understand you. You are a weird person to me. And that's coming from a weird person. You are an enigma, and I need to understand your mind. And next time, who knows what we'll be watching? It is a mystery even to me. But thank you for joining us. Say goodbye, Stray.
why is it always me?
That's the thing. I did it
Goodbye.
twice, and then I decided, yeah, let's just make it a thing.
Goodbye,
We couldn't do
everybody.
it last time.
Yeah, we could do it last time. And Stray is one word. Saying goodbye, T-Whales, that's That's too much effort.
Too much.
Yeah, it's too much for him.
Oh yes, and also, again, let's thank McFisticuffs for taking time out of his busy schedule to watch these 3 crappy episodes and joining us this evening.
It is no problem. I had a lot of fun. I hope to be doing this again with y'all some other time.
Alright, people. Now say goodbye, Stray.
Bye, people.
You don't care about these people at all. What was that weak ass goodbye? Get the fuck out of my face.
Goodbye!